Hey guys, it's mcfixit here. I just picked up a brand new DEWALT 12-inch double bevel compound sliding miter saw. This is the DWS779 model, and this thing is going to be super awesome. I am partnering with Lowe's today. I'm not being paid for this, but they did help sponsor me and get me this product. So thank you, Lowe's, for doing this. We're going to do a full review on this. I'm going to show you how well it cuts or doesn't cut, and everything I think about it by the end of the video. Let's go ahead and unbox this thing. So right away on the top, there's a number of different things you'll need to get out. There are some screws, some clamps, some rail pieces. Make sure to get all of this stuff out and don't accidentally throw it away because it was in the top of the box. Go ahead and remove the foam insert. Go ahead and lift this out of the box and set it on the stand. This thing is a beauty, so much bigger than what I'm currently working with. If you've seen any of my videos, I'm sure you've seen this old Ryobi that is just about dead. The motor's not working well in it.
So this DEWALT right here is going to be a great upgrade for me.
The first thing you're going to want to do whenever you get any kind of new tool is read through the entire instruction manual. It may seem silly, but it is the safest way to work on these and to be able to use them for years to come. So we're going to flip it to the bottom side because we do need to put these supports on. Inside the bag does come with a wing nut and a washer. Go ahead and tighten that down just like so. We'll do the same thing for this side. Washer, then the wing nut. Making sure both are nice and tight. We can go ahead and set it back up on the correct side. Okay, let's continue to remove some of the plastic and foam that is on this. It's got a very nice thick cord, which is good. 2-prong, smidgen bent, but it bent right back. Right here is your dust trap, so we'll go ahead and put that on. You do want to make sure that goes in all of the way, just like so. That'll help trap the dust. You can also put a shot vac up against that, which will actually work even better.
Next, we're going to install the clamp.
So with this, we will install it. You'll see it's kind of shaved down on this one side. You will install it by putting it in this way, and then it will allow you to go up and tighten down, lock down, whatever you need. Whenever it's in this direction, it will not come up, but if you put it this way, you can easily remove it. Again, if it's down, even on the side here, it's not going to come off. But on the back side, if it's like that, it will come off. It also does come with a tool. You can go ahead and stick that right there and lock that into place.
On the back here is your bevel angle, and so you'll spin this little black piece and choose what angle you want this to sit at. All the way is actually not 0, so you do want to make sure you get that nice and plant it on 0 or whatever degree you would like it to be.
Looks pretty good right there. So if we're back at the front, there's a little button right here you have to push down, and then you can easily slide this to wherever you want. And it does have little grooves where it locks into place. I'll scoot it back out to where you can easily lock it down exactly where it needs to go. And that right there is at 0. One thing you're also going to want to check is to actually make sure it is square on there, and that looks just about perfect. So both of my alignments are at 0 and 0. Let's go ahead and plug it in.
Here's how the lock down pin works.
So you're going to slightly push down and pull this pin out. That will allow it to go up and down. Then whenever you want to lock it, you just push it back in and it locks it back down into place. So to cut, you got to go ahead and pull that up.
Next, we're going to go ahead and run multiple tests to see how well it does.
So we have this 11-inch piece of plywood here, and we need to cut it down a little bit. So we're going to do it right on that black line.
It is recommended that you use the clamp to just add an extra level of safety.
And so we'll go ahead and grab it. Just like that, a beautiful, nice cut all the way down it. 11 inches right there. Could have gone up probably 12 inches total. So that's pretty cool right there. Very good, even cut. Then it just takes a couple seconds to remove this. So the next thing we have is a 4x4 post. This thing's actually pretty weathered. And let's say I want it at a 15-degree angle. Go ahead and lock it down into place. And cuts through like butter. Super well done. Very nice on this side as well. You can see just how smooth. This wood was even a little bit wet. Overall, cutting super, super nice. For this next cut, I'm actually going to go ahead and do a 45-degree.
And we'll go to the back side here and adjust this to a 15-degree bevel.
So this has got a double bevel. We'll have a 45 and 15. For this cut, we are going to have to move the fence out so everything can fit. So that fence, just one knob on the back turns it really easily. Let's go ahead and make our cut. And you can see it's a 45 and 15. Really nice cross-cut look right there. Super clean edges on both sides. Same thing for this. Overall, man, this thing is looking really, really nice. So this is that PVC wood. We're going to go ahead and see how it does with that. So we'll go ahead and tighten this down. That right there is super smooth. You can see this is off my old saw. It is really bumpy and rigid, but that is super smooth. Probably does help that it's a new blade as well, but man, that's that looks really good right there. This is just a piece of oak, kind of the same concept, painted white. So here are my final thoughts on this 15 amp 12-inch sliding dual bevel compound miter saw. That's a lot of words. This thing is really great. I do have it unplugged right now as I'm showing you some of these features, but it just works really well. We got some really great cuts on these samples, beveled both sides and just a straight 90-degree. You're able to rip through 11 or 12 even inch things like plywood with ease. It does regular wood trim, PVC trim, everything you could imagine this thing can do that you would normally do with a good miter saw. And you have that dual bevel, 0 to 48 inches left to right, then miter 50 on one side on the left and 60 on the right. It does weigh a lot though. That is one thing I will say. This weighs about 60 pounds. And overall, I think it's worth it though, because you get just so much out of it. I also did like the fences. It's just one knob right here, and you can move your fence wherever you want it to go, which is actually really convenient. And these are tall fences. My last miter only had like a fence that was like maybe 3 inches tall. That's about 6 inches, which is great. At first, I didn't know if I would like these little handles on both sides, but it actually does help. If you have anything long, it allows you to be able to set it on there with ease. So this is just an overall really great dual bevel miter saw, great for general woodworking, decking, inside projects, and all kinds of things like that. Super glad I was able to pick this up. Thanks again, Lowe's, for helping sponsor this video by providing this tool. They didn't do anything on the review, didn't tell me what to say, but they did help me purchase this, so I do appreciate that. Hoping to partner with you again in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of the day. If you've not done so yet, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. It's super easy to do, very helpful to help grow my channel. If you do have any comments, put them down in the comment section below as well.